IaaS, Infrastructure as a Service, or IaaS, is the most basic cloud service model. It gives you raw computing infrastructure, like virtual machines, storage, and networks, over the internet. You don't buy physical servers. You rent them. Cloud providers like AWS EC2, Microsoft Azure, or Google Compute Engine handle the hardware, power, cooling, and maintenance. You just pick how many CPUs, how much RAM, and what storage size you need. It's like renting an empty apartment. You bring in the furniture, the appliances, and you decide how to use it. IaaS is best for developers or companies who want full control without owning data centers. You install the operating system, update the software, configure firewalls, and handle backups yourself. This flexibility is great, but also risky if you don't know what you're doing. Security, scaling, and uptime are all your responsibility above the hardware level. Here's a real-world example. A tech startup wants to build a new web app. They use IaaS to spin up Linux servers, install their own custom backend, and scale the servers up or down depending on traffic. No hardware purchases, just pay-as-you-go flexibility. PaaS, Platform as a Service, or PaaS, is a level above IaaS. You still get computing power, but the operating system, runtime, and development tools are pre-configured. You don't worry about installing Linux, configuring PHP, or managing databases. It's already set up. With PaaS, you just write your code and deploy. The provider takes care of scaling, updates, and even some security patches. It's like renting a fully furnished apartment where you only need to bring your laptop. Examples include Heroku, Google App Engine, and Azure App Service. PaaS is perfect for developers who want speed. If you're building a web or mobile app and don't want to deal with server configuration, PaaS lets you skip that part. You get fast deployments, auto-scaling, and often built-in monitoring. Here's how it works in practice. A developer uploads their Node.js app to Heroku. That's it. No need to manually install Node, manage dependencies, or set up Nginx. The app runs, scales, and stays online with minimal manual intervention. SaaS, Software as a Service, or SaaS, is the most familiar to most people. It's full, ready-to-use software delivered over the web. No installation, no servers. Just log in and use it. Popular SaaS examples include Gmail, Google Docs, Dropbox, Zoom, and Salesforce. The software runs in the provider's cloud, and users access it via browser or app. All updates, backups, and infrastructure are handled by the provider. Users only need an internet connection. SaaS is ideal for businesses and individuals who don't want to manage anything. It offers convenience, predictable pricing, and scalability. FaaS, Function as a Service, or FaaS, is also known as serverless computing. But serverless doesn't mean there are no servers. It just means you don't manage them. Instead of deploying an entire application, you write individual functions that execute only when triggered. Let's say you want to resize an image when it's uploaded. You can write a single function that activates when a new file appears in cloud storage. The cloud provider runs that function, does the job, and then shuts it down automatically. You only pay for the milliseconds the function is running. It's like a food truck that only shows up when someone places an order. No rent, no staff waiting around. Just pop in, cook, and vanish. Examples of FaaS platforms include AWS Lambda, Azure Functions, and Google Cloud Functions. FaaS is powerful for microservices, automation, and background tasks, but it's not ideal for long-running processes or apps that need constant uptime. It's best when tasks are short, fast, and event-driven. BaaS, Backend as a Service, or BaaS, gives developers a complete backend without building it from scratch. That includes authentication, databases, cloud functions, file storage, and even APIs, all ready to go. This is especially popular for mobile and front-end developers who don't want to touch server code. Platforms like Firebase and AWS Amplify are BaaS tools. You write your front-end using JavaScript or Swift, and the backend just works. With BaaS, you get real-time databases, push notifications, user management, and file uploads without managing any servers or writing any back-end logic unless you want to. It's like having an invisible team of back-end engineers building everything behind your app. You focus on the user interface and the back-end scales automatically. DBaaS, Database as a Service, or DBaaS, gives you managed databases without needing to install or configure anything. You pick the database type, like MySQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, or Redis, and the provider handles everything else. They manage uptime, backups, patching, replication, and scaling. scaling. All you do is connect your app and start using it. Services like Amazon RDS, Azure Cosmos DB, Google Cloud SQL, and MongoDB Atlas are popular DBaaS platforms. Instead of hiring a full-time database administrator, you let the cloud provider take that role. For example, you're building an e-commerce app and need a product catalog. Instead of setting up MySQL on your own server, you spin up a DBaaS instance and it's ready to go in minutes, secured, backed up, and scalable. DaaS, Desktop as a Service, or DaaS, lets users access a virtual desktop over the internet. Instead of running apps on your personal computer, you use a remote desktop that lives in the cloud. This is useful for companies with remote employees, contractors, or temporary workers. They log into a secure cloud desktop with all the necessary apps pre-installed. Popular DaaS providers include Amazon Workspaces, Microsoft Azure Virtual Desktop, and Citrix. Everything runs in the cloud, but it feels like you're using a normal PC. IT teams love DaaS because it's easier to manage software updates, data security, and compliance, all from one place. No need to ship laptops or worry about local hardware failure. Just log in from any device and you're up and running. CaaS, Container as a Service, or CaaS, is a cloud service model that focuses on managing containers. Containers are lightweight, isolated environments that run applications with all their dependencies bundled inside. Think of a container as a portable box that contains your app, its libraries, and settings, so it works the same way anywhere. Docker is the most common tool used to create containers, and Kubernetes is often used to manage large numbers of them. With CaaS, cloud providers like Google Kubernetes Engine, Azure Kubernetes Service, or AWS Elastic Kubernetes Service handle container orchestration for you. They take care of scheduling, scaling, networking, and health monitoring of containers. CaaS is perfect for teams using microservices architecture. Each microservice can live in its own container, deployed independently, and scaled on demand. The result is faster development, smoother updates, and less downtime. If your app is made up of many small parts that need to run reliably and be updated frequently, CaaS offers the infrastructure and automation to manage them at scale without running your own Kubernetes cluster from scratch. STaaS, Storage as a Service, or STaaS, allows users to store data in the cloud instead of on local hard drives or physical servers. It's one of the earliest cloud services and still one of the most widely used. STaaS includes services like Amazon S3, Google Cloud Storage, and Azure Blob Storage. You can upload files, documents, videos, backups, anything, and access them from anywhere. What makes STaaS powerful is its scalability and durability. For example, Amazon S3 offers 99.9999999% durability by storing multiple copies of your data across different facilities. You can store petabytes of data without worrying about maintenance or hardware failure. And it's pay-as-you-go. You pay for the storage space you use, plus any transfer or retrieval fees. That's why STaaS is often used for media libraries, app data, and data archiving. MBaaS, Mobile Backend as a Service, or MBaaS, is a specialized version of BaaS designed for mobile applications. It includes services tailored to mobile needs, like push notifications, analytics, offline sync, and crash reporting. MBaaS platforms like Firebase, Backendless, and Kinvey let mobile developers build apps quickly without setting up back-end servers. These services often come with SDKs for Android, iOS, and cross-platform tools like React Native or Flutter. Imagine you're making a mobile app that needs user sign-up, data syncing, and real-time updates. MBaaS provides these functions through ready-to-use APIs, so you can focus on the app experience rather than back-end infrastructure. This model accelerates development and lowers the barrier to entry for solo developers or small teams building cross-platform mobile apps. AIaaS, Artificial Intelligence as a Service, or AIaaS, provides ready-to-use machine learning and AI tools through cloud platforms. Instead of building your own neural network from scratch or training massive datasets, you can access pre-trained models via APIs. Common AIaaS offerings include image recognition, natural language processing, recommendation engines, speech-to-text, and predictive analytics. Providers like IBM Watson, Google Cloud AI, Azure AI, and AWS AI services let developers add intelligence to their apps in minutes. Let's say you want to add face recognition to your security app. With AIaaS, you call an API with the image, and it returns the identity match. No model training, no infrastructure, just results. AIaaS lowers the barrier to advanced tech by offering AI capabilities as modular cloud services. It's widely used in chatbots, fraud detection, personalized ads, and voice assistants. MLaaS, Machine Machine Learning as a Service, or MLaaS, is a close cousin of AIaaS, but it focuses more on the tools for building, training, and deploying your own models in the cloud. It typically includes tools for data pre-processing, training, model evaluation, and deployment. Platforms like Amazon SageMaker, Google Vertex AI, and Azure Machine Learning let data scientists run complex models without local GPU hardware. So if you want to create a model that predicts stock prices or detects customer churn, MLaaS gives you the training environment, data pipelines, and deployment tools, all managed in the cloud. MLaaS is more hands-on than AIaaS. It's designed for users who understand machine learning and want to build custom solutions with the help of cloud infrastructure. BPaaS, Business Process as a Service, or BPaaS, delivers business operations like payroll, human resources, accounting, or customer service through cloud-based automation. It combines software, infrastructure, and sometimes even human labor into a single package that companies can use without managing it themselves. For example, a company can outsource its entire HR onboarding process using a BPaaS solution. The system handles document processing, employee setup, benefit enrollment, and compliance, all through an online portal. This model is ideal for businesses that want to reduce overhead by automating repetitive tasks and accessing specialized services on demand. XaaS, Everything as a Service, or XaaS, is the umbrella term for all cloud service models. It refers to the growing trend of delivering anything, software, hardware, infrastructure, platforms, tools, as a service over the internet. From security to collaboration tools, from data analytics to robotics, almost any digital product or service can now be consumed on a subscription basis without upfront investment. XaaS is changing how organizations operate. Instead of building in-house systems, they subscribe to external services that are faster, cheaper, and easier to scale. Whether you're running a startup or a global enterprise, XaaS allows you to outsource complexity and focus on what matters, delivering your core product or service.